Venus in all 12 zodiac signs. Hello friends, today we'll talk about Venus, Shukra, the radiant planet of love, beauty, pleasure, and relationships in Vedic astrology. Venus governs what we desire, how we love and connect, and where we find comfort, art, and luxury in life. It represents our romantic nature, sense of aesthetics, creativity, and enjoyment of worldly pleasures. When strong and well placed, Venus blesses us with harmonious relationships, charm, artistic talent, comfort, and wealth. It inspires us to create beauty, seek balance, and connect deeply with others, both emotionally and sensually. When weak or afflicted, it can lead to conflicts in relationships, overindulgence, or difficulty finding true satisfaction. Venus behaves differently in each zodiac sign. Depending on its placement, it shows how you express love, what you value in relationships, your approach to beauty and art, and how you attract affection and abundance. In this video, we'll explore Venus's expression through all 12 zodiac signs, from the passionate romance of Aries to the spiritual love of Pisces. Let's discover how Venus shines, connects, and creates harmony through each sign. Venus in Aries, the passionate lover. In Vedic astrology, Venus Shukra represents love, attraction, pleasure, beauty, and the art of relating. It shows what we value, how we connect emotionally and physically, and how we express affection and creativity. Aries, ruled by Mars, adds fire, initiative, and excitement to Venus's sensual nature. This creates a dynamic, bold, and adventurous approach to love and beauty. When Venus is in Aries, people love with intensity and immediacy. They seek passion, spontaneity, and emotional thrill in relationships. There's a desire to take the lead in romance, to pursue what they desire fearlessly. Venus in Aries brings youthful enthusiasm and magnetic charm. These natives are romantic initiators who follow their heart's impulse. They are drawn to new experiences and vibrant self-expression in love. Relationship style expresses love through action and excitement, enjoys challenges and bold expressions of affection, gets easily attracted but may lose interest just as quickly, needs constant emotional and physical stimulation, loves being admired for confidence and individuality. Challenges: can rush into relationships without thinking, may struggle with patience or compromise, tends to value passion over emotional depth, can become self-focused in love matters, needs to avoid turning relationships into competitions. What to practice: balance passion with patience and desire with understanding. Learn to listen and empathize with partners. Allow love to grow naturally instead of forcing speed. Use your fiery energy to inspire and uplift, not dominate. Cultivate the art of steady affection and mindful romance. Venus in Taurus, the sensual and devoted lover. In Vedic astrology, Venus Shukra represents love, pleasure, beauty, and the art of attraction. It shows how we give and receive affection, our sense of aesthetics, and what brings us joy and peace. Taurus, an earth sign ruled by Venus itself, gives Venus strength, stability, and sensual richness. This is one of Venus's most comfortable placements, as it finds grounding in the material and emotional world. When Venus is in Taurus, love is steady, loyal, and deeply sensual. These individuals seek emotional security, physical closeness, and long-term bonds. They appreciate the finer things: good food, art, nature, music, and romance that feels real and lasting. Venus in Taurus brings a loyal heart and refined taste. These natives value comfort, beauty, and consistency in love. They express affection through touch, presence, and devotion. Relationship style: loves deeply and desires long-term commitment, shows affection through loyalty, care, and sensuality, drawn to stability, luxury, and comfort in relationships, enjoys routines, shared meals, and physical connection, finds joy in simple pleasures and heartfelt intimacy. Challenges: can become possessive or jealous in relationships, may resist change or cling to comfort zones, tends to equate love with material security, can struggle with letting go when attachment runs deep. Needs to balance sensual pleasure with emotional openness. What to practice: cultivate trust without control, appreciate beauty without overindulgence, learn to adapt and welcome emotional growth, practice gratitude and generosity in relationships, use your strong sense of loyalty to nurture love, not possess it. Venus in Gemini, the playful communicator. In Vedic astrology, Venus Shukra represents love, art, beauty, and pleasure, while Gemini, ruled by Mercury, governs communication, learning, and variety. When Venus occupies Gemini, love becomes an adventure of words, ideas, and shared curiosity. These individuals are charming conversationalists who fall in love with the mind before the heart. They crave mental stimulation, variety, and lighthearted fun in relationships. For them, love must stay interesting, fresh, and intellectually engaging. Venus in Gemini brings playfulness, charm, and versatility in relationships. They express affection through conversation, humor, and clever flirtation. Their beauty lies in their curiosity and youthful energy. Relationship style: loves through conversation and shared curiosity. Values a partner who stimulates the mind and imagination, enjoys playful banter and spontaneous adventures, often multitasks in love, exploring multiple interests or people, finds beauty in wit, intelligence, and expression. Challenges: can get bored easily or lose interest once mystery fades, may struggle with emotional depth or consistency, sometimes flirts without realizing the emotional impact, needs to ground their affections to avoid superficiality, might intellectualize emotions instead of feeling them. What to practice: balance mental connection with emotional vulnerability. Practice listening deeply, not just talking cleverly. Stay committed even when novelty fades. Explore emotional truths with curiosity, not fear. Let love teach you depth through dialogue and presence. Venus in Cancer, the nurturing heart. In Vedic astrology, Venus Shukra signifies love, affection, pleasure, and harmony, while Cancer, ruled by the moon, governs emotions, comfort, and nurturing. When Venus is in Cancer, love becomes emotional, protective, and deeply sentimental. These individuals seek emotional closeness and security in relationships. They love to care for others, creating warmth, tenderness, and a sense of home. Their affection is expressed through nurturing gestures, comfort, and emotional understanding. Venus in Cancer brings gentle affection and emotional depth. These natives are compassionate lovers, sensitive to the moods and needs of others. They value trust, comfort, and shared emotional space above all. Relationship style: expresses love through care, empathy, and protection. Values emotional safety and loyalty in partners. Romantic at heart, cherishes sentimental memories. Seeks long-term bonds rooted in emotional connection. Enjoys cozy, homely environments with loved ones. Challenges: can become overly attached or dependent. May hold on to emotional pain or past relationships. Struggles with boundaries when nurturing others. Mood swings can affect romantic harmony. Might idealize love or take rejection too personally. What to practice: balance caring for others with self-nurturing. Learn to let go of emotional burdens gracefully. Communicate feelings openly without fear of rejection. Embrace vulnerability as strength, not weakness. Practice emotional independence to sustain healthy love. Venus in Leo, the radiant romantic. In Vedic astrology, Venus Shukra represents love, beauty, art, and pleasure, while Leo, ruled by the sun, brings confidence, creativity, and charisma. When Venus is in Leo, love becomes dramatic, passionate, and full of warmth. These individuals love with intensity and pride. They want relationships that feel special, vibrant, and full of admiration. They often express affection through grand gestures, creativity, and loyalty. They want to be loved like royalty and to love with their whole heart. Venus in Leo brings romantic flair, confidence, and joy in relationships. These natives have a big heart and magnetic presence. They value loyalty, respect, and appreciation in love. Relationship style: expresses love through generosity, affection, and celebration. Enjoys being admired and admiring others in return. Passionate, playful, and proud in relationships. Attracted to confident, expressive partners. Seeks a partner who appreciates their loyalty and warmth. Challenges: can become demanding of attention or validation. May dramatize love or take criticism personally. Pride can block emotional vulnerability. Can struggle with compromise or sharing the spotlight. Tends to equate love with admiration and praise. What to practice: love with generosity, not ego. Celebrate others' strengths as much as your own. Let affection flow without expecting constant attention. Stay open-hearted even when pride feels bruised. Practice humility and gratitude for genuine connection. Venus in Virgo, the devoted perfectionist. In Vedic astrology, Venus Shukra signifies love, pleasure, and beauty, while Virgo, ruled by Mercury, brings practicality, logic, and service-oriented energy. When Venus is in Virgo, love becomes humble, helpful, and quietly devoted. These individuals show affection through acts of service, problem solving, and attention to small details. They are not overtly expressive but deeply loyal, preferring consistency and sincerity over grand displays. Their love language is helpfulness, making life smoother for those they care about. Venus in Virgo brings refined taste, purity, and dedication in relationships. They value effort, reliability, and emotional honesty. Their affection is subtle but steady, love expressed through care. Relationship style shows love by helping, supporting, and improving situations. Loyal and committed once trust is built. Attracted to intelligent, grounded, and reliable partners. Prefers simple, meaningful gestures over drama. Finds beauty in order, simplicity, and subtle elegance. Challenges: can be overly critical of self or partner. Struggles with expressing emotions openly. May idealize perfection and feel disappointed when it's not met. Can seem reserved or distant in romantic matters. Tends to overanalyze feelings rather than experience them. What to practice: allow love to be imperfect yet pure. Appreciate emotional messiness as part of connection. Learn to express affection freely, not just through action. Replace criticism with compassion and understanding. Cultivate self-acceptance to love others more fully. Venus in Libra, the charming diplomat. In Vedic astrology, Venus Shukra represents love, harmony, and pleasure, while Libra, ruled by Venus itself, symbolizes balance, beauty, and partnership. When Venus is in Libra, it feels completely at home. This is one of its strongest placements. Love here is refined, graceful, romantic, and oriented toward equality. These individuals have a natural gift for creating harmony and understanding in relationships. They appreciate art, aesthetics, and emotional connection that feels balanced and fair. Their charm and diplomacy make them excellent mediators and partners. Venus in Libra brings refinement, romance, and emotional intelligence. These natives seek partnerships built on respect, balance, and beauty. They thrive when love feels peaceful, elegant, and mutual. Relationship style: romantic, cooperative, and graceful in love. Values fairness and equality in relationships. Expresses affection through thoughtfulness and charm. Loves beauty, art, and harmonious surroundings. Drawn to refined, attractive, and well-mannered partners. Challenges: can become overly focused on pleasing others. May avoid confrontation to keep peace, even at personal cost. Struggles with making firm decisions in love. Tends to depend on relationships for emotional validation. Can lose individuality in pursuit of harmony. What to practice: stay true to your own needs and values in relationships. Embrace healthy boundaries instead of constant compromise. Accept that conflict can lead to deeper connection. Balance charm with authenticity and honesty. Practice self-love as the foundation of partnership harmony. Venus in Scorpio, the intense lover. In Vedic astrology, Venus Shukra symbolizes love, attraction, pleasure, and emotional bonding, while Scorpio by Mars and Ketu, co-ruler in Vedic tradition, represents depth, mystery, and transformation. When Venus is in Scorpio, love becomes intense, passionate, and all-consuming. These individuals crave deep emotional and spiritual connections. They love with full heart and soul, nothing halfway. Relationships are transformative experiences, often marked by devotion, desire, and emotional rebirth. Their magnetism and emotional insight draw others powerfully toward them. Venus in Scorpio brings magnetism, loyalty, and profound emotional insight. These natives seek soul-level bonds that go beyond surface attraction. They love fearlessly, but must learn to release control. Relationship style: loves deeply, passionately, and possessively. Seeks emotional truth and complete commitment. Values loyalty and emotional intensity above all. Expresses affection with mystery, power, and devotion. Attracted to transformative or healing relationships. Challenges: can become controlling or overly attached. Prone to jealousy, secrecy, or emotional manipulation. May experience love-hate dynamics or fear of betrayal. Struggles to forgive or let go of emotional wounds. Needs to balance passion with emotional stability. What to practice: practice emotional surrender, love without fear of loss. Replace control with trust and openness. Transform jealousy into deeper self-awareness. Let love heal, not consume. Cultivate forgiveness and compassion for lasting peace in relationships. Venus in Sagittarius, the free-spirited lover. In Vedic astrology, Venus Shukra represents love, pleasure, beauty, and harmony, while Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter, governs adventure, exploration, and higher knowledge. When Venus in Sagittarius, love is expansive, playful, and freedom-loving. These individuals are drawn to partners who share their love for adventure, learning, and fun. They value honesty, optimism, and exploration in relationships, seeking a connection that broadens their horizons. Love is often lighthearted, humorous, and full of inspiration. Venus in Sagittarius brings joy, spontaneity, and philosophical romance. These natives love learning, traveling, and expanding experiences together. They thrive in relationships that feel free, inspiring, and growth-oriented. Relationship style expresses love through adventure, humor, and shared ideals, attracted to optimistic, open-minded, and independent partners. Enjoys novelty, travel, and exploration in love. Values freedom and personal growth alongside romance. Seeks fun, intellectual connection, and inspiration. Challenges: can avoid deep commitment or serious conversations. Prone to restlessness and seeking novelty over stability. May over-idealize partners or relationships. Struggles with routine or emotional grounding. Needs to balance freedom with responsibility in love. What to practice: cultivate emotional depth and consistency in relationships. Learn to stay present while exploring new experiences. Appreciate partners' needs alongside personal freedom. Practice patience and reliability to strengthen bonds. Let love inspire growth while building trust and stability. Venus in Capricorn, the responsible lover. In Vedic astrology, Venus Shukra signifies love, beauty, harmony, and pleasure, while Capricorn, ruled by Saturn, emphasizes discipline, structure, and long-term responsibility. When Venus is in Capricorn, love is serious, practical, and enduring. These individuals value loyalty, reliability, and long-term commitment. They may not be openly expressive at first, but their actions show devotion and care. They prefer stable, goal-oriented relationships that grow steadily over time. Venus in Capricorn brings dedication, loyalty, and grounded affection. These natives express love through responsible actions and long-term planning. They thrive in relationships with stability, trust, and shared goals. Relationship style shows love through reliability, effort, and practical support. Values stability, loyalty, and serious commitment. Attracted to mature, responsible, and dependable partners. Prefers slow building, meaningful connections. Expresses affection through actions rather than words. Challenges: can be emotionally reserved or distant. May fear vulnerability or opening up too quickly. Can over-prioritize responsibility over romance. Struggles with spontaneity or playful expression in love. Needs to balance work and relationship priorities. What to practice: cultivate emotional warmth and spontaneity. Allow yourself to express feelings openly, not just through actions. Embrace vulnerability as a strength in love. Balance long-term goals with enjoyment of the present. Practice patience and consistency while nurturing intimacy. Venus in Aquarius, the independent lover. In Vedic astrology, Venus Shukra represents love, beauty, pleasure, and relationships, while Aquarius, ruled by Saturn and co-ruled by Rahu in Vedic astrology, emphasizes freedom, innovation, and individuality. When Venus is in Aquarius, love becomes friendly, unconventional, and idealistic. These individuals value intellectual connection, personal freedom, and shared ideals in relationships. They are attracted to partners who stimulate their mind and respect their independence. Love is often unique, experimental, and forward-thinking. Venus in Aquarius brings originality, friendship, and progressive love. These natives thrive in relationships that honor individuality and shared vision. They express affection through ideas, support, and unconventional gestures. Relationship style loves through friendship, shared values, and open-mindedness. Values independence and space alongside emotional connection. Attracted to unconventional or intellectually stimulating partners. Enjoys experimentation, novelty, and progressive thinking in love. Expresses affection through mutual respect and shared ideals. Challenges: can appear emotionally detached or distant. May struggle with consistency or long-term commitment. Tends to prioritize ideas over feelings. Can be unpredictable or aloof in romance. Needs to balance freedom with intimacy. What to practice: develop emotional intimacy and grounding in love. Learn to communicate feelings openly, not just ideas. Balance independence with partnership responsibilities. Practice patience and trust in deepening bonds. Embrace love as both freedom and commitment. Venus in Pisces, the romantic dreamer. In Vedic astrology, Venus Shukra represents love, beauty, and pleasure, while Pisces, ruled by Jupiter and Neptune in Western astrology, symbolizes empathy, imagination, and spiritual connection. When Venus is in Pisces, love becomes dreamy, compassionate, and selfless. These individuals are highly empathetic and intuitive lovers. They see the best in their partners and often express love through creativity, romance, and emotional support. Love is spiritual, idealistic, and deeply emotional, often blurring the lines between reality and fantasy. Venus in Pisces brings compassion, romantic imagination, and emotional depth. These natives seek soulful, empathetic connections. They express affection through creativity, care, and emotional attunement. Relationship style loves through empathy, understanding, and emotional presence. Values spiritual or soulful connections. Expresses affection with romance, creativity, and tenderness. Often idealizes partners and seeks the perfect love. Thrives in relationships that feel emotionally and spiritually deep. Challenges: can become overly idealistic or unrealistic, prone to escapism or avoiding conflicts. May struggle with boundaries or self-assertion. Can feel overly dependent on emotional validation. Needs to balance fantasy with practical reality in love. What to practice: cultivate healthy boundaries while remaining compassionate. Balance idealism with realistic expectations. Practice grounded love alongside spiritual and emotional connection. Learn to communicate needs clearly. Use romantic and empathetic gifts to uplift, not over-sacrifice. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more astrology insights. Have questions, feedback, or suggestions? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for updates. Thank you for watching and keep shining bright.